This is Sportscentre.
Hey, I'm so brutal, and we start on the ice, as we have a huge game tonight between the Leafs and Blue Jackets. And it's tonight finally the night we see Joseph Woll between the pipes. The blue and white are riding high after another impressive showing last night, probably because I was in the building, but I don't know. A commanding 5-2 win over the Lightning, and yet another strong showing by Anthony Stolarz. This kid was standing on his head, stopping so many shots. He looked incredible out there. Love to see it. But here's where things get complicated. Woll is cleared to return possibly tonight against Columbus, but has Stellaris already earned the #1 goalie spot moving forward? Woohoo! Do we have a goaltending controversy already? The season just started. Woll has a long history of injury troubles in Toronto, but he also posts some pretty solid numbers. Last year he was 12-11-1, with a .294 goals against and .907 save percentage. But that came between missing a couple months with a high ankle sprain, and he also got injured for Game 7 of the Bruins series, which forced Ilya Samsonov back in net, and we all know how that turned out. But when it was time to start the season this year, it was more the same. As literally the day before opening night, it looked like Woll was starting. And then he got pulled day of with that injury. Despite his injury history, Toronto still offered him a 3-year, $10.98 million extension, cementing his status as the projected #1 goalie moving forward. But Stellaris has since stolen the show, as he's off to a blazing hot start, exceeding everyone's expectations with a 1.83 goals against and .938 save percentage. And it also seems he's earned the trust of new head coach Craig Berube.
I had him as a young kid in Philly, and he's been in the NHL for some time now. Obviously a quality goalie. He had a great year last year in Florida. If you look at his numbers, played 29, 30 games. He's played excellent for us. That's what I know about him.
I'm going to look at all this as such a big positive. Now Toronto has 2 great goaltenders. Must be nice. And this might be a little bit of a hot take. Is it crazy to think that Stolarz is the goalie for this year and Woll is the goalie for the future? Yes. You know what? We're going to see that all in action when the Leafs make it into the second round of the playoffs. You can watch the Leafs and Blue Jackets tonight on TSN. Coverage begins at 7 Eastern for those of you in the Leafs region. Tonight's the night, as the wait is finally over. The NBA is officially back tonight. We get a couple of great games as the Celtics officially start their title defense. But going back-to-back is no small task, and has not happened since the 2018 Warriors. And since Jordan's Bulls, we've only had 4 teams go back-to-back. All of them pretty iconic. The Shaq-Kobe Lakers won 3 straight, then the Kobe-Gasol Lakers, LeBron, Dwayne Wade Heat, and KD Steph Warriors all went back-to-back. With, of course, the 2019 Raptors ending the chance of a three-peat. Somebody asked me recently if any of the teams I cheer for win, and thank God I had the Raptors. Jeez, if I didn't have that in my pocket, I'd have nothing. Looking at the odds, Boston are heavy favorites to repeat on FanDuel. And their opponent tonight, the Knicks, have the 3rd shortest odds at plus 750. And a big reason those odds are so short is the acquisition of Karl Anthony Towns, who will make his Knicks debut tonight, alongside fellow new acquisition Mikal Bridges. When Bridges was traded, it looked like New York was all in on the Nova Knicks. But before they could even play a game, Dante DiVincenzo was dealt to Mini in the Towns trade. Ending the Nova Knicks, well, sort of, because they still got 3 of those guys. Dante and the new look Wolves will also make their debut tonight, as they take on the Lakers. But as usual, all eyes will be on LeBron James, with both Shams and Brian Windhorst saying that JJ Redick is leaning into LeBron playing with Bronny tonight, with Windhorst adding he knows how much it energizes LeBron. And our friends at FanDuel have a couple fun novelty props regarding Bronny. If you think his first made basket is assisted by LeBron, you're getting plus 250. And if you think his first assist will be a bucket scored by LeBron, you're getting 2-1. I feel like those are pretty good odds. Why wouldn't it happen like that? That's the magic of sports. You can watch the NBA season debut tonight on TSN. First is the Knicks and Celtics, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. Then when that's done, it's the T-Wolves and Lakers. Time now for my favorite segment and yours, that we love sports today.
Why we love sports today.
And too many times in sports, we've seen players obsessed with their own stat line, putting individual success before the good of the team. Well, Sunday, playing against his former team, Saquon Barkley was just 13 yards shy of his career high. But when the coaches asked him if he wanted to go back in and break his own record, he had the most humble response.
You're 13 yards away from your career high. I would love for you to get that, but that's up to you. I just don't want, I'm going to take out all the starters if they don't score.
You good? Let them eat.
You sure?
Yeah, good.
You sure?
I promise.
I'll listen to me. I want you to do it if you want to do it.
So I'd rather see the young boys eat.
This is what it should look like to be a teammate. This is what a real athlete looks like on a team. Love to see this. It's Tuesday. So we gotta finish up the show with our anytime goal scorer bet. Now, we stumbled out of the gate last week with Connor McDavid, but he did score the next night, so I guess we were just early. And with how little McDavid scored this year, we were thinking of betting him on a bounce back tonight. But he's actually scored his fewest goals per game in his career, against Carolina, which is 3 in 13 games. Good for 0.23 goals a game against Carolina. And with how good the Canes are at keeping pucks out of the net, we decided to avoid that game altogether, and instead focus on a team who can't keep pucks out of their own net, Philly. as they are the third worst team in the NHL in terms of goals allowed per game. And for Alex Ovechkin, historically he scores a ton against the Flyers, 0.66 goals a game in his career, 7th best against all opponents. And after going 4 games goalless to start the year, he finally got back on track Saturday in Jersey. And at plus 160, we're banking on that to continue tonight against the Flyers. If we're gonna select a player that's gonna make us happy, I feel like it should just be Ovi in every scenario. That's what I got. That's it for me today. We'll see you up again tomorrow at 3 Eastern, no Pacific. Have a good one.